We will command the light here in a Paladin mirror match. This is I kind of just like all these cards. It would be cool to have another 2 drop so that we can coin one out on the first turn. Um, but I think we want to keep the Yeti because we can like have a nice 2-3-4 curve. And the question would just be like if we do think we want to put something back to hopefully hit another 2 drop, it would have to be one of the 3. So which one would we rather get rid of? I think maybe we just want to keep them both so that we can have options open. So we may just save the coin here and not. I know we've been using it like really early a lot of the time, but I think here we may hold on to it just so we can have a lot of options. Like we can play one of these guys, or we can even coin out the Yeti on turn 3 if we need to. I'll probably still just coin this guy first turn. It's you just really want to come out fast. Here's another 3 drops, so we could even like coin one of these turn 2. I don't think that's very good though. Although we could play a 3 into a 3, and then on turn 5 we could play the Gilbin and a 3 drop, and then that would give us a plan for how we're going to play out our whole hand actually. So it gives us a strong turn 2, probably a decent turn 3. Yeti's a pretty decent turn 4, and then we'd make 2 plays on turn 5. We could even save the Wolf Rider for that. So we'll see. We'll see what we decide next turn, and if the card we draw affects that. But that might be a decent curve out. That's probably not something we need to deal with immediately, but the Gilbin doesn't do a lot against that, so I actually do like this play of just coining out the Blade Master here. This is a little different than how a lot of my arena games tend to go. I don't do I usually try to have a lot of 2s, so I'm like playing one of those on curve. So we'll see. This is maybe a little bit of an experiment here. And our Acolyte is not great against those. I don't know if it's worth the Wolf Rider to deal with them. I think it, well, yeah, the Acolyte's pretty bad here. We definitely want to kill this in case he has a mech. We probably want to kill that just like in case he has a pirate. So I think this is fine. We leave ourselves with a 4-1 to his empty board, and we get to develop a Yeti next turn, so that's pretty good. That's a guy that we really we don't really want to use a 4-1 to break the Divine Shield, but looks like that's what's going to happen here. That's a little too bad. We'll at least make the opponent use it to... We'll make the opponent use their attack to break the shield if that's what they want to do. They might just race us, but probably not. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to race. We could get punished pretty bad there by a Dark Iron Dwarf or a Abusive Sergeant, because it would just like take out our Yeti. That guy also sort of takes out our Yeti. We could Brewmaster it. That'd be something. That's a little bit slow. We don't want to just make our Yeti into a 3-3. That's pretty bad too. So we're probably just going to send it into his 1-1 and deal with that. And the original plan of playing the Gilbin and a 3-drop doesn't look too good here because he's got 2 3-3s, which just take out our Acolyte. Maybe Brewmastering the Yeti is something we want to do. We could Brewmaster the Yeti and we could play the Gilbin. That leaves us with a 2-3 stealth and a 3-2 against his 3-3s. Or do we want to hit one of these if we're going to do that? He would just send this damaged one into our 3-2 though, so we're not going to get a lot of benefit from that. So we'll kill this guy. We'll brew this. And yeah, we'll get the stealth guy out. He can do a little more damage. Although both of them just die to the opponent's creatures, so it's not really so much about the damage, but the stealth is important because we don't want the Acolyte to just like die in one hit here. Because we've got so many cards in hand, we could just like save it for later. We could even do something with like, we could play the Acolyte and keeper it at some point and be able to trade it off. So he's just going to go face here. The opponent thinks that they've got enough board presence that they can force us to start attacking, which is true. Their taunt does make us do that, but I think it's a little bit of a... I think that's a little bit, like, I don't know. No, they don't really lose anything by not trading. They force us to trade, so that's fine. We could keeper this thing. Like, we could keeper it and trade with one of those, and then he could trade both of these for our keeper. We could also keep this stealth. We could just play a 1/1 and play the keeper. I think that's the best thing we can do here. That gives us a pretty good board presence. And this is a little bit awkward because now, like, he can send a 3/3 and a 1/1 into our keeper, so we're going to use this to kill this 1/1. If he wants to take out our 2/2, it's okay, because we can use the keeper and the heal guy to deal with his damaged creature. We can use that to deal with either one of his 3/3s. How good is that going to be? That we do want to do something about this 6/6. What other plays do we have? We're thinking about playing this thing this turn. Like, we're going to send this into the 3/1 and play Dark Scale Healer, and then this goes up to a 3/3. So we would have a 3/3 and a 4/5 against an 8/8 and a 1/1. We can play Argent Commander the turn after. I guess we would get a 1/1 that turn also. Okay, we'll do that. We're going to take a little bit of damage, but we should be able to, assuming the opponent doesn't do anything too crazy, if we can keep up with their plays, which we should be able to do that with Argent Commander. He's a really good card for, like, catching us up on the board. I think that as long as we don't get too far behind, we shouldn't have, like, that much trouble keeping up with their plays, and then we are going to be able to get a lot of card advantage this game, because we've got 3 card drawing cards in hand right now. So the worst thing for us would be if he uses the 8/8 on our 3/3, because then we don't have a good way to deal 5 damage, but I don't expect him to do that. Ah, damn it, he did. And he has a way to kill our 4/5. Well, that sucks. Okay. So now what can we do about this? The Argent Commander is still okay. It's not as exciting as it was. Damn. I wish he had not done that. That thing's going to go up to a 10/7 this turn. So... Oh... Okay, I'm going to put both of the 4-drops out. He knows about the Yeti in hand. And, the opponent is probably going to start going face with that creature. Because doing just 10 to us this turn and 12 the one after this is kind of... It is a lot. He's got a dragon. Jeez. So he gets to burn our creature with that. This gives us a way to remove his 10/7, though, and that's our biggest priority at the moment. We do have a life gain spell to be able to get some life back. And the Jungle Panther can give us a second thing that is able to kill his 5/4. So that was a nice draw this turn. The Jungle Panther is going to be a little better here than the Acolyte of Pain would be. So, oh jeez. All right, we're pretty dead here then. I mean, I feel like that was still an okay risk to take by hoping that he wouldn't send the large creature into our 3/3. It's just unfortunately that's not what ended up happening. 4, 6. So we got 4, 4, 5, 4. We are just dead here, right? We take 9, 10. Guess we're not fully dead, but we're pretty dead. I guess we'll put this mini bot out. So we go to 4. I don't think our hand is gonna be able to catch us up to this. We just we need board presence to be able to make this work. So keeping this acolyte was pretty bad. It turns out. Oh, nice, couple dragon counselors. These guys are pretty cool actually. To when you're drafting, like the first one of these that you take, a 5/5 for 5 isn't bad. And yeah, we're dead. So, well played. The first one of these that you draft is doesn't look as good, but these stack really nicely since when you play one of these for 3 mana, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that one just didn't work out, I guess. There may have been something better we can do, but we'll try again the next round.